Welcome back to Kikis Customs. Today I'm going to show you guys how to install a nitrous kit. So what we got here is a 1997 SL500. It's a Mercedes, which not a lot of people modify. So I'm showing you guys a whole lot of new stuff that nobody's ever put on YouTube before. For example, I actually manual swapped this, which nobody else has done before. And I'm going to nitrous it too, which nobody's ever done before. So in my last video I showed you guys how to polish an aluminum nitrous bottle, which today we're going to install. And the way we're going to install it, I bought an eBay nitrous kit. So let's see if it works. So I bought this eBay nitrous kit for $300, and what we got in it, not the bottle, but we got nitrous lines, right? We got the sprayer, we got a fuel line, we got a fuel solenoid, nitrous solenoid, a bunch of wires, some momentary switches, and some actual switches. They also hooked it up with a nitrous bottle adapter and some mounting brackets. So some of you guys are probably typing on the keyboard right now, this thing is gonna blow this engine out. This thing is not gonna work. That's the whole point. We're gonna blow this engine up. The reason we're blowing this engine up is because this engine has 200,000 miles on it, plus the transmission in this thing is from a junkyard and now it's going bad. But check out what I have. We have a new transmission right there. That's from a 350Z. So this is a stock engine. There's nothing special about it except it only has 50,000 miles on it. So it's pretty much brand new. Anyways, back to the nitrous. So what we got to do is hook this bottle up in the trunk. We got to run the line all the way to the engine bay, hook the solenoids up, hook up the momentary switches, and then see what this nitrous will do to this engine. Now I forgot to buy some bottle clamps for this bottle right here. So what we're gonna do is just gonna fabricate some up real quick and then start running some lines. Nitrous solenoid, fuel solenoid, bracket. Let's put it together. So here we have the solenoids. We have the nitrous solenoid and the fuel solenoid, and these are directional, so you have to make sure they go the right direction. We have our fuel line that it came with, which actually fits onto the fuel rail. So we'll put that onto the fuel rail. And then you want to hook that into the in port on the fuel solenoid. And then here we have our sprayer, which has a nitrous line and then our fuel line. So we're going to hook those up accordingly. Blue for the nitrous, red for the fuel. And then we'll wait till we tighten those up because we still got to mock it up to make it fit. Now the best way I found this thing to fit is actually wrapping it around like this. And then we want the sprayer to be spraying down into the intake, so we're going to rotate this down like that, and this actually will fit into here, so we'll have to drill a hole for that. We're going to run the nitrous line somewhere around here and then put that into the solenoid, hook up the wiring, and then we can start spraying. Now that we got all the placement of the lines, we're going to start tightening everything together, and there's two things that we have to do. On the fuel rail, we have to take the valve out on the inside, because this line does not have anything to push down that valve, so we're just gonna make it a pass-through. Just like that. And then for the fogger, we have to put the right jet size in, so we have a little chart here that it came with. We're gonna go for 100 shot first. If that doesn't blow the engine, we're just gonna start upping the power until we get to a 200 shot. Okay, so I actually just dropped one of the jets for the NOS down into the engine here, and it's underneath the manifold, which I can't get to unless I take literally the manifold off. So we're actually just gonna send it and put a 125 shot in this thing. Good luck, engine. Okay, so don't drop this one. Okay, so that's all run. I'm just gonna throw a zip tie right there just to hold those wires down. Now we're gonna work on the wiring. Now since the battery is in the trunk, we're actually gonna get the power off the alternator, which is down here. So we're gonna run a wire off of that, fuse it, and then go straight to the relay. And then from the relay, we'll go to the solenoids, and then we'll have a switch inside the cab. All right, so here's the power cable coming off of the alternator, and we're gonna fuse it. I'm just gonna use crimp fittings because I'm being lazy. All right, I'm gonna crack the bottle open, see if it's leaking anywhere, give it a test shot, and then we'll finish up this wiring. No leaks. Okay, moment of truth, let's see. Whoa. Okay, just so you guys know how this system works, I'll start from the inside of the car. Okay, so how this thing works, we have a 12-volt power source going through here. When you flip the switch, it lets the power go through that wire. Coming out of the car, the wire with the 12-volt source goes here to this other switch, which I have hooked up, so when you hit full throttle, it switches. Once that switch is open, that 12-volt source goes back this way, all the way to here, which goes to this relay, and then it grounds itself out. That's how this relay opens. And for those who don't know what a relay is, it's basically a switch you can remotely open with a smaller power source to let a bigger power source go through it. So for example, the switch inside is probably like 10 amps going through that, which opens that relay, which lets 60 amps come from the alternator and go to the solenoids. So the relay is getting its power from the alternator, which is this wire right here. Once the relay is open, that alternator power goes through here through this blue wire, which goes through the positive side onto the solenoids. And when the solenoids get that power, they're grounded down to here. Once the power goes through them, they open. Okay, I'm really curious to see what happens if I rev it up a little bit, shoot some nitrous in it. Oh, hopefully it doesn't blow up. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're subscribed, because the next video we're gonna be shooting this thing with some nitrous. So definitely stay tuned. We're gonna be pushing this thing until it explodes. I'm pretty sure it'll handle this 125 shot, because that thing, oh, it just wants to go now. Anyways, thank you for watching. Leave a comment if you need some help with your nitrous system. Maybe I could help you guys out. And leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because that helps me out too. All right, I'll see you next time.